My name is Peter Wing. I've known Teddy a million years, and actually, he was looking for this thing, and by chance, I bumped into it in a dirty old garage and told him about it. So that's a nice ending for that.
So you brought us the chopper, huh?
It looked like a piece of junk when I first saw it. And he'd said he had been looking for it. He had owned it a million years ago, sold it, and regretted it. And I had to stumble upon it. So about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, we were sitting here and I started drawing a picture of it. I want it. So there it is.
And what have you been doing in recent years?
Children Shakespeare.
Okay. So
mostly their ADD, all of these labels, attention deficit disorder, dyslexia, yada yada yada. They come out of a field in 5 weeks to perform Shakespeare. My feeling is there's a teaching disability, not learning it. They don't want to deal with someone like me. They okay, he's a little different. Drug him, label him, and get him into some other classroom. I'm against that. You know? And they've already proven most of these children are suicidal by the time they're in their early 20s because of the, Ritalin and yada yada yada. You know? I'm not in agreement with that at all. So I do teach kids Shakespeare. I have a haunted house that
tell about the haunted house.
Well, the town had me come up with this because about 30 years ago, a kid got poisoned. Somebody put something in a candy bar on Halloween trick-or-treating. So the town said, help come up with something to distract them on Halloween, to keep them contained. So I came up with this haunted theme park, and it's all built with recycled material. The town did it for nothing. I mean, this should really frighten the world or frighten America that a little hillbilly town built a theme park out of its own dumpsters. What does that tell you? What are we wasting everything? What are we throwing away? How can it be reused? So it now has 257 kids. Last time we did 257 kids in the program. So if you truly want to be frightened on Halloween, I'm going to give you 250 kids in the dark on Halloween. But it's a successful program.
Now where do you have this haunted house?
That one's in Stanfordville.
Okay.
It's about 15 miles east of here.
And you also mentioned you have a castle that you built over the years.
Yeah.
That's not the location for it?
No. I might be crazy, but I'm not stupid.
Well, I mean, I feel like you could really scare some kids if you got a...
Well, the funny thing about that is it's like trick or treat occurs once a year. And my wife always put the pumpkin at the end of the driveway or whatever to signify that we have candy for kids if you want to stop in. And she finally said to one of the neighbors after 15 years of doing this, how come you don't stop by with your kids trick-or-treating? They said, we've been up your driveway once a year, the kids get out of that car, they see the castle, they turn around and jump back in. And we're not knocking on the door there. So it didn't take me long to figure that out, but Frankenstein's monster was made in a castle. Yep. Dracula lives in a castle. Big spiders, vampires, I mean, on and on. Everything that's weird is in a castle. So that's their association. And they see it at night, and it's a castle. I'm not going there.
Pretty frightening, especially at night.
Yeah.
The one light on up in the top tower.
So they don't know. Because my wife always had this long face. They're not stop. They don't stop. And she had these bold jump things. Anyway, that's funny.
So I know you were speaking about this before, but tell us a little bit about how you ended up building this castle and when it all came about.
Well, I got home from Vietnam in 1967, and I kind of said, that's it. I don't want to listen to anybody ever again. So that sort of attitude freed me up to do something. And I found out recently that the squadron was dosed with Agent Orange. We didn't know it. They didn't tell us at the time we were involved with it. So somebody said, would it affect you? Because I have friends dropping left and right from this stuff. And I said, if I look at it, I haven't lived exactly a normal approach to things, so I don't know if I got altered or whatever. Anyway, I started building this place, and 44 years later, I'm still kind of building it, but it's, you know, it's just a couple rooms, interiors I got to do for the bed and breakfast end. You know, it's pretty much done. I mean, if you visit and walk around, it's done.
It sounds like something that naturally would be kind of an ongoing process.
Well,
such a large
well, it
project.
is. If you look historically at a building like this in Europe, they weren't built in 25 years. It occurred over 400 years. Oh, they did this first, and then they did this. Maybe we better get a bigger wall out here.
Right. Let's build a parapet over there. I think
Yeah,
that'll
these
keep
guys
those
are
goths out of here.
Too close. Let's build another hole in the wall. But that's what Europeans love when they come on tour. You know, their castle builders have been dead 800, 1200 years, and they get to meet somebody that built one, and it kind of fascinates them.
What do you have for the moat?
It's a swimming pool.
That's a nice touch.
But it goes underneath archway of the house, like a stone bridge that goes to another tower. It goes underneath and wraps around a little. So it's not a true moat around it.
Well,
that would be a nightmare.
Sounds pretty fun though. I would like to take a trip.
Well, you know, the Shakespeare summer camp, the kids swim in a castle moat. I mean, they perform Shakespeare in front of a castle. I mean, it really is kind of cool for them.
How'd you get into motorcycles?
My brother purchased a 1951 Matchless, and he was driving it, and he left it parked one day. And I said, I want to try that motorcycle.
How old were you?
I was like 14. So I get on the thing, and I get it started somehow. I don't know how. I had all these things that I'm familiar with. I get 10 feet, and it falls over on the lawn and pins me on the lawn. So I'm pinned there under his motorcycle.
You made a few turns?
He comes home, sees what I did, and beats the living hell out of me. So that's my first experience with a motorcycle. Should have been a warning.
And yet you came back.
Oh yeah, I love motorcycles.
And this jacket here, is this?
This was my brother's. Got it with that motorcycle, and then it got set aside, and I got it. And so I've had it ever since I was like 15, I guess, 16, 14.
Right now we're at.
I had them all through the service, motorcycles. By California, nothing rots. You could buy good used motorcycles off the lawns here, $300. You know, and we'd buy them. And the scariest thing that happened to me out in California was coming down Donner Path. We were doing bombing practice in Fallon, Nevada. You know, blowing up stuff. And we were coming back on motorcycles, and the squadron didn't know where we put down. We worded it so it looked like we were driving sports cars. So anyway, coming down Donner Pass, and I'm on a 52 Triumph Thunderbird. Coming down it, I don't know if you know, it's like 40 miles straight downhill. Like this. Halfway down the engine blows, and I lock up, and I'm doing like way too fast on this thing for its age. You know, I was probably doing 90, 85 coming down that hill. So anyway, that woke me up. We should have been dead, all of us out there, stuff we did, but we were kids, you know. We're stupid kids. Even though we're in the service, you know. I look at 17 and 18-year-olds today, and I want to pick them in the rear end. And, well, the same thing that was wrong with me when I was 17 or 18, because we used to have this chief chase us around with a wrench. He wanted to beat us to death. Hey, we're fighting men. What the hell's his problem? We're just stupid kids doing stupid kid stuff. Good old days. And then I didn't get a scratch on me except a little piece of metal shot in my eye because the engine blew up.
Oh, gee.
And then
that was on that same day.
No,
down the hill.
No. This was behind an airplane. And
behind an airplane? Were you racing it to take off?
No. I worked with planes, and this jet blew an engine or something went through the engine and shot me right here. So anyway, forgot what I was going for. So I wasn't really hurt in the war that way. I got stabbed once with a knife, but that's a whole other story. And I got home, and I wasn't home a few months, and I wrecked a motorcycle against a 57 Plymouth. You know, the car had fins, you know, this big. And the biggest fins you could find, the guy had to back out in front of me. So I will say it was the first day evening of the New York State helmet law, and I was kind of mad that somebody mandated I have a helmet on. But it saved my life. That night, that very night, it saved my life. Part of the helmet was missing here.
It's like torn off the side?
Yeah, peeled back.
What'd you hit?
The rear wheel of a 57 Plymouth backing out in front of me.
Oh, he was backing out.
He backed out of the road like this.
You caught it right on the tail end?
Yeah, right on the rear wheel. And
what that sent you flying?
Yeah, sent me flying, and I don't remember anything other than I was up in the tree looking down at myself. So I guess it was some kind of out of body thing. And I'm looking at this crowd running around this guy, and I'm looking. Next thing I know, I woke up. It was like a day later in the hospital, and they had me in the dog fight. But they didn't have no room, so they put me in the dog fight clinic. So I was stuck in this room with these two crazy black guys that were mailmen that got bitten by dogs.
Oh, geez.
Yes, mailmen get bit by dogs a lot. Those two guys were crazy. And anyway, so I was there 3 or 4 days, and I came home. I messed up my knee, the side of my head hurt for a while. My collarbone was messed up.
But that's where you hit the ground right there.
No, maybe the car. I don't know. Who knows? Right. It happened like that. I know I went flying over the rear of the thing and landed 50 feet up below, whatever.
Is that the worst accident you've ever
Yeah, that's the worst one.
It sounds pretty bad. Some people die from that kind of thing.
Well, we all gotta die. You know, people think that's crazy, but these very same people that think it's crazy put kids on wooden sticks on icy hills.
That was my parents.
And send them down an icy hill with 2 sticks, and you steer with 2 sticks, no brakes. Well, who the hell's crazy? Which is more dangerous? And they're going between trees at night sometimes. You know, kids go horseback riding, and they learn how to jump. They got a little helmet on, you know. They break their necks.
Pick your poison, I guess.
Pick your poison, or I heard somebody say it like this: if you don't live close to the edge, you just take up too much space. You know? And I think that's true for me. I like a little bit of that, I guess. It's more fun, you know. You can live a pretty nice life underneath the bed, you say.
That's not always the best life.
No.
If you never go outside, you never really live.
Well, that's it. Some people don't know how to live, and some people live. That's what I try to do. I try to live. See, 63 guys of me got killed, and that's a good lesson for any young man. It's like, hey, it can be real short. This whole business can be real short. So, and if you think about time, space, anything, or whatever, the universe, 70 years on this planet is like not even that in the sense of time, right? Not even a millisecond. Like nothing. So we're minor little miracles from protozoic glue or mud or
from
something.
star stuff, really.
Stardust.
Yeah.
Water came here via meteorites and so we're all aliens. Well, everyone says, "Whoa, we're visited by aliens." Excuse me, we're all aliens. We're the aliens. You know?
We're the anomaly in the universe. Yeah.
This was a boiling, muddy rock. You know, everything else came from outer space, so we're made from everything else. We got a little bit of iron in us. So
a little bit.
A little magnesium.
Maybe you need to take some supplements for that.
We are aliens. And maybe that's why we want to go to the moon and out into outer space, is because everything's on an orbit like this, like a cycle, right? In the universe, everything's spinning. So maybe because we're 90% water, maybe it's like we just naturally want to go back. I don't know. You know, there's some reason we want to go out in some place they've already proven you can't live.
Well, it's the American spirit, I guess, in some ways. You know, you want to explore the frontier, and that's the final frontier.
However, if you study Einstein at all, he was no dummy. He said, the time, this is the length of time you want to get from here to here. But however, in time, it can bend like that. So now the jump is only that far, you know? So maybe it's not out of the question. But we just don't know how to do it yet.